Okay, hi everybody. It is good to be here and be hanging out again today. As the description says, this is my first live that I have done in a while. I was doing them semi regularly, especially on Instagram, and kind of needed to just take a step back, and everything is totally good. No worries there, but I kind of needed to focus on some other stuff, as a lot of us did. And here, let me try something. Okay, so I was just turning off my, I think that was slowing everything down. But regardless, I'm not going to get into everything that's been going on. Just everything is good. And I posted a few different things today and over the past week or two. Today I will be sharing my YouTube video that I posted. I posted one a few days ago and I posted another one today. The one a few days ago was a channel message that I got on Thanksgiving, which I cut up a little bit, but mostly was just raw. And it is about sharing your experience if you are like me and have been through some bullshit in your life and have been pulling yourself up regardless of that. And today's video is a little bit more definitely from my perspective, and kind of just without getting into like the specific details, kind of going over the more general themes of what has my experience been like coming out of shame and acting in ways that I wasn't happy with, and just kind of having a bunch of shit on me, to forgiving myself and kind of getting myself in a better situation. So that was something that I went ahead and discussed. I keep getting the slow connection, and I am just gonna see if this helps. Google Drive is trying to upload huge files. Okay, hopefully that will help. But regardless, I just kind of did a impromptu video sitting in the woods and kind of talking about what's going on. So that one is on YouTube, and then I also have posted a couple of shorts today. So yeah. And so what I'd like to do now is just kind of hang out for a little bit and pull some cards and see if there is any messages for the collective or what seems to be happening these days, because I haven't done it for a while. So I'm just gonna get on here. I would have liked to stream on YouTube. However, it was interesting because it gave me, it was like, yeah, you can totally live stream in 24 hours. I'm just like, okay. I don't really understand that, but we're good. So, yeah. So I have a bunch of decks, and I'm trying to think which one we want to start with. Oh, what I'm going to do first, I am going to make a ringing noise. There's going to be a potentially loud noise right now, so definitely turn down your speakers. I'm going to give you a second. It's going to be really loud. Okay, cool. And then my incense just ended. Y'all like my sign back there? The one that says, don't fuck with my energy. That's actually a cross stitch, and I did it myself, and I'm so happy with it because it was the first cross stitch I ever finished. I'm just gonna use a lighter. It was the first one I ever did, and I got into doing it this summer, so I'm pretty excited about it. And you know, I feel like it's a vibe. All right. Just kind of get everything settled and get a vibe going. Okay. And I'm like debating whether or not to turn the light down. It is a little bit bright, but let's do this deck. This is the Lightseers Tarot, and I really like this one. The guidebook is super awesome, and it is basically about doing shadow work, which is such a big topic right now for me and for a lot of people that I follow. Sorry, my cards just fell over. So, my cat is in my lap and she has stolen my arm. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle this. Might be also kind of loud, so I am gonna not talk for a second and just shuffle them so we can turn on the volume. She is walking all over me. Are you trying to get away? Oh my gosh. Wow. My cards are spilling everywhere. Interesting. So basically the way that I read tarot is I don't want to say that I don't like, for me tarot is about symbolism, and it is about expressing yourself and finding ways to connect in with yourself rather than trying to prescribe a future to someone. I think that the future is fluid and that the choices you make in this now moment affect everything that happens from here on out. So, all right. So let's get a card and see what comes out. What kind of theme do we got? Oh, that one wants to come out. Okay, hold on. All right, awesome. 10 of Pentacles. All right, this is a good card. Not that there are any bad good cards. Hold on with this. Let's see. So this is a super cute card, especially in this deck. I'm going to go ahead and read the message in the guidebook, and then we can talk about it a little bit more. All right. So 10 of Pentacles. I am successful and I share my wealth with those that I love. Oh, baby, this is the big one. All the love, abundance, and joy that you can muster in your heart. It's coming your way and it's coming fast. It's time to prepare for its inevitable arrival and to commit to your long-term success. This energy is so big, in fact, that you should be prepared to spread some of it around generously. Bring an abundance of positive energy into your life and watch everything shift. Expect the arrival of success, happiness, and an upbeat, loving community as avenues widen and the right connections click into place. Remember that perceptions change. You are one small move away from seeing the bigger picture and from unearthing a legacy of pentacles that is already yours. You deserve that success and love. Taste the pleasures of life and embody a state of consciousness that says, yes, I am worthy of all of this success. So what a cute card. This is basically the happily ever after card that we pulled for the first card. So I really like this deck because it, like I said, it's a shadow work deck. So it gives the positive aspects of the cards and the positive symbolism, as well as kind of like the shadow symbolism that kind of represents the dark side of things. So for the shadow side, it is chasing luxury and status, financial loss, and negative energy around wealth. But for the positive side, as we talked about, it's spiritual and material abundance, community, generosity, wealth, and prosperity, and building a legacy. So I think that this is great. I'm going to go ahead and we can pull a second card and we can learn a little bit more about what is this abundance and happily ever after coming. What is this about? That flew out really quick. Okay. I'm going to do this again. No, that's not what I want to do. There we go. All right, so this card is about pain. This card is about like top tier, like you have been going through it. Normally in a traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's just a person with like 10 swords just like stabbed into them. So in this one though, she is kind of gazing out over some unknown landscape, and to me what this symbolism says is that she has walked away from whatever it is that was causing her pain, and she is kind of looking to what's coming next. And so that totally makes sense with me compared to the Ten of Pentacles. So it feels like to me, from the symbolism of the Ten of Swords, so just like shit fucking sucks. Like the worst, rock bottom, like whatever you've gone through is just like not happy times. And then you kind of, it's a sign that either it will be, it is, or it has been a huge like 180, like a huge difference. And 180 was actually one of the messages that I got when I was preparing for this reading. So 1010 also might be significant to you, since that is in both of them. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of water and then I'm gonna read out the book. Okay, stay hydrated. All right, let's read about our pain cord card. All right, so for Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords comes to us in times of blinding truth, when delusion is lifted. Sometimes the truth is painful because it indicates backstabbing or personal loss. This card can mark an abrupt end to our current path and a jarring resolution in the form of a broken relationship, a blocked dream, a fractured partnership, or a discontinued career path. While these endings feel severe in the moment, the most potent seeds of hope are always planted in their place. Remember that our wounds teach us about our greatest strengths and illuminate our innate ability to heal. Your dark night of the soul will be met with a beautiful new dawn that is filled with more light than you've ever experienced. Remain open to love and joy as you process this ending and look to the sunlight that awaits. Watching the sun peek over the horizon is the highest task of a bruised heart. And the affirmation is, I am healing every day. So, yeah, this is one of those times where, like, the level of ending and pain and destruction and just like what the fuck is happening is a catalyst for having this more beautiful experience where you kind of had to be redirected. The way that you were going, something about it was no longer serving you or in alignment with your highest good. And with that being said, again, this could be past, present, future, whatever, take it how it resonates, but having to go through that like really deep loss and breakage of a part of your life in order to be able to clear out room for something better. And that is not like an easy place to be in. That is kind of the shadow work of going through that devastation and being able to hold on to the core part of yourself and release the rest and let yourself move into a new space that you may not have seen was possible for you before. But because of the heartbreak or the loss, it has opened up new pathways for you that involve a happily ever after. So like everything you could want and you have been seeking, it's just not going to come the way that you hoped or you thought it would. All right, cool. Let's find out what's next. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. I want to get one more. Do I? Okay, we'll take the one off the back too. Because we have a Knight of Pentacles. So let's look at this guy. All right, and then we have Three of Pentacles, which was on the back of the deck. All right, so both of these are, again, these are positive cards. The symbolism is really beautiful. So with the Knight of Pentacles, this is so Pentacles represent the physical world. They represent material, and this is the third Pentacles card that has come out. So with this, it is about planting seeds, and so in terms of there's 4 suits in the tarot, and this is the most slow moving knight. So knights usually represent like fast movement, and they can represent messages coming in. And you can see this guy, he's actually, in the symbolism in this card, he's just walking. Like, he's not even riding his horse. He's just like, doing these consistent actions day after day. And this consistency is what is bringing him what he's looking for. And I don't know, I love this card. I think it's so beautiful. I love that he's walking barefoot. Something about that. And I will read that in just a second. But also, to go along with that, the other card that came out was the Three of Pentacles. And so this card is, you can see, like, it's so cute. It's like a little happy family they're working all together to build this tapestry. And so with the Three of Pentacles, it really is about learning from, so like, these parents are here and they are teaching this kid. So it's about learning from someone who, learning isn't the right word. What am I looking for? More so collaboration. I think maybe it could kind of be like being inspired to take these steps. Or so maybe it's like you can be learning how to apply the like physical, realistic, concrete steps in order to get to this happily ever after, the first card that we pulled. So learning how these people worked together and the kind of journey that they went on so that they ended up here in this like beautiful happily ever after, like literally like, you know, one of the best cards in the deck to pull. And kind of learning like what actions to take following this, like things are fucked up. And then like how to move from that to the like the planting of these seeds so that you are really moving towards success, or have reached a level of success. And like another thing that I see here is like both of these people coming together from different directions with different skills is something that I see in these cards and kind of recognize. Okay. So I like to read the cards because, you know, when it comes to tarot decks, the symbolism on them can either be completely different than the original deck, or it can be kind of a modification of it. So I really like intuitive reading rather than just going by the book, if that makes sense. But this particular book has a lot of really good information. So I like this book and the way that they talk about their different interpretation of the classical tarot. So anyway. All right. So the affirmation for the Knight of Pentacles is, seed by seed, I plant my future with my rock-steady foundations of faith. He's toiling and tilling his lands and enjoying every minute of it. More practical than the other knights, he improves things for himself and for those he loves with his steadfast and consistent momentum. Devoted to solidifying foundation, he assures you that extra care today will multiply your harvest tomorrow. It is time to show fierce loyalty, pride, and trustworthiness, and to tend to your home while uncovering your unwavering ambitions for the future. Sometimes this energy is so stable that it feels repetitive. So if you're feeling resistance to it, or if you'd kind of prefer to stay in bed, find the joy in your progress. The journey is the thing. Uncover heart-stirring enthusiasm by allowing yourself to believe in something brighter. This is a card of infinite expansion, and with time and faith, your seeds will take. Follow through on your plans and promises, and move any stagnant energy that's blocking you from your dreams. All right. That's so good. I love that. And let's read the other one too while we're at it. So the affirmation for this card is, I step into the vibration of conscious collaboration. Working with others gifts us with the opportunity to learn from one another and to blend energies to create something totally new. Look for conscious collaborators as mentors, apprentices, or both. Co-creating together for the good of the whole is powerful magic. And this teamwork and community card calls you forth to add your unique essence to the bigger picture. Remember that your relationships are the base of your well-being. If you are having trouble with others, seek to align goals in order to cultivate peaceful unions. Mutually beneficial relationships place equal importance on each person's novel wisdom and way of being in the world, regardless of the relational hierarchy. Everyone has something uniquely enchanting to bring to the table. When life paths are intertwined, strive to create harmonic states as you weave your way in and out of one another's days. Welcome people into your heart and open doors of possibility that did not exist before. All right. I love this. This is so wholesome. So, what I see here is whether it's a collective energy or it's a personal energy, everything is kind of like as above, so below symbolic. So, I see here that there is this energy of moving towards or arriving at very shortly at this kind of like happily ever after community, this loving collaboration. And one way that I'm seeing it is like as a mass, as a collective, essentially getting to this happily ever after truly by moving moving out of this pain, taking this pain, going through it, having your life break apart, and understanding that like and being able to work through that step by step. And as we're able to do that and move through this pain, we can realize that it's actually this catalyst because it opens up this space that wasn't there before. Space that was being taken up by something that wasn't actually for your highest good. And by that being removed, or by you removing it from your life, you open up this space of acceptance and growth and love. You can turn towards yourself and start to process what happened. And you can get to a point where instead of focusing on the pain, the Ten of Swords is really about like it's the situation that was causing you pain has ended, and now you're in that moving on stage, or kind of like in that heavy stage. And so taking concrete steps that are now available to you every day and working with others in order to create for the highest good, to create community together, rather than giving into the pain and just kind of like sitting in it. Like it said, it can be kind of easy to, as you start to form a routine of taking just like concrete steps to help yourself, or to work on what you're passionate about, or to connect with others. And sometimes if you're used to things being chaotic and painful, when you start to take those actions and you are starting to develop a routine that's healthy for you, it can feel repetitive and it can start to feel uncomfortable or wrong or boring. But it's important to kind of think about it like, why do you think that like peace and steadiness are uncomfortable? I think that that's actually an opportunity to look at that. And as the card kind of talks about, every single thing that you do today to help yourself, to help others, to move towards your ultimate like goal of unity and peace, every single thing that you do today right now is going to have so much more of an effect. Like being willing to plant the seeds today is going to have such a huge harvest. And like, not tomorrow, like, not starting tomorrow, not like I'm gonna do this eventually, not like, oh, there's so many things in the way, but really being willing to set your heart on it and be reliable and move through whatever resistance comes up and understand that it is the journey itself that is the point of all of this, and it's never not going to be a journey. It's always going to be, there is no actual destination. We can get to these markers, such as feeling like we are unified in a community or as a collective or as a consciousness, but it's never going to be like when I say happily ever after, I don't like mean you get somewhere and then it like stops and everything is just like good. I think for me, it means that things are way better than they have been, and you feel like you have a stable place for yourself that you have created and others have created with you, where you can build something beautiful together and learn from each other and work together. Yeah. Do I have anything else to say? I think another message that I'm seeing is like the pain that you went through, or going through, or the pain that we all have been going through. I think that this is a reminder, a confirmation that it is all worth it. And it's not just worth it for you, it's worth it because you, like, that pain actually is serving a purpose for the greater good. And that can be hard to see in the midst of it, but it can also help when you're in a situation that you don't really feel like, you can control. So that's just like a confirmation if you've been hurting over that. I just wanted to add that on. Okay. So I think that came full circle pretty nice. I like that. I want to do. I think. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I want to. My stuff is always everywhere. What am I even saying? I am trying to think about. I want to do a spread. But I am not sure which. Try to keep somewhat organized. Okay. Get what we just finished out of the way would probably help me. Okay. I was hoping this one would have a different. Okay. So for this one, I want to go with a kind of like a past, present, future. So I think for this, kind of like everything, it can all be very symbolic. So this could be something that applies to someone personally, and it can also be something that kind of applies to the world in general. This is meant to be confirmation, not a prescription. So if it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. All right, this might be loud. I am gonna shuffle the cards real quick. You know, this happened with my other cards too. All right, come on. It's so interesting. When I was shuffling the cards, it happened with my other deck too. Like the cards didn't really want to go together, so there could be some cards falling out of my hands. Okay. Anyway, let's just get started. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a card for the past. Let's see what's going on. What's some past energy? Jeez. Okay. Let's get the current energy. Oh, okay. And then the future energy. Future energy. Okay. Cool. And we have the back of the deck. And I need some water. Okay. My mouth is like, my lips are so dry. It's really not very fun. Okay. So, past, present, future. Past, we have the Ace of Ariel. So, in a traditional tarot deck, this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is my Archangel deck. For current energy, we have the Six of Michael, which is the Six of Swords in a traditional tarot deck. Lastly, for future energy, we have the King of Michael, which is the King of Swords in a traditional tarot deck. And then on the back, we have New Beginnings, which is the Judgment card in the traditional deck. So, and under that we have I like that. Right under that we also have the Leap of Faith card. My freaking light. Leap of Faith card, which is the Fool in the traditional tarot deck. So I'm going to keep both those. All right. So, this So in the past energy is the Ace of Ariel. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. So like I was talking a little bit ago, Pentacles represents kind of the physical aspect of life, the physical realm, very much like material things. So you can see we have this beautiful lady, Ariel, and on the card, it lets us know it is your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in a job or promotion. So this is a positive card for the past. So in the past energy, there has been a new opportunity that has come in. Some new hopeful energy, new support, or in general, there has been an energy of new beginnings, which is really relevant. Just like the cards on the back of the deck. So we have literally new beginnings. Um, right. You can see it's like Judgment Day is the idea of this card. And it says starting a new life, finding your purpose, forgiving and compassionate review of the past. And then this is combined with the leap of faith or new beginnings card. This is the very first card in the deck, which says believe in yourself, listen to your heart, and do what gives you joy. So yeah, I would say that like recently there has been this new opportunity that has come in, basically like this fresh energy of like a fresh start. Kind of this, I feel like it's like this it's like a revigorate. Why can't I say that? It's like a new like level of energy and faith being kind of coming into the collective is what I'm getting. That there has been this newness that has been becoming available. And I think that a lot of it has had to do with the new beginnings coming in. And what I'm seeing, so the current energy is the Six of Michael, which says it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation, or travel. So this card is, you can see, oh my gosh, the freaking light. Okay, you can see we got Archangel Michael up there, and he is just like, he's making this boat fly. And he's making it fly over the rock. So it's like, he's got it going on. And in the back, you can see there's like, this storminess. Oh my gosh, the light is killing me. There's this storm moving away from that and kind of like coming out of the bullshit. I also like that he's chilling with his dog. Archangel Michael and his dog, which also looks like this dog. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, so this to me, that's the present energy. So basically kind of combined like this potential that's come in recently in the past, this kind of like energy of potential, energy of opportunities becoming available and reinvigorating the collective energy. And so the present energy is really, come here. Yeah, all the way. Come on. Okay. Where's Kitty? She was like trying to navigate the chords. Okay. So for this, it's really being able to kind of being in this state of bringing that energy in and harnessing it, of understanding, taking a deep breath and understanding that the period has come of no longer waiting. Rather than this just being a potential for things to have to go right, it's really now this time of grounding that energy in and starting to feel it and to believe that things are going to work out, and they are working out, and that they're getting better actively. And where that's leading is this King of Michael, which says principled, rational, ambitious, and respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. So, what this is telling me, the way that I see it, is that this is a fresh start, that whether it is something that applies to you or just kind of the collective in general, there's this energy that has been coming in and really kind of giving us a chance for this new beginning. This like kind of like unreasonable amount of luck. Kind of one of those things where it's like, how is that how is that even possible? But being willing to move into it and kind of take advantage of this, believing in yourself, finding what really what you truly want to do and how to best take advantage of this energy that's coming in, and really starting to understand that it's possible. So like it says, it's like the light at the end of the tunnel, taking a breath and believing that, and then making new plans. And in terms of making new plans, this is suggesting that it is time to be rational, wise, objective. So pulling this like magical energy, like this is like, again, this is the card of like judgment. This is the card of like, you fucked around and found out judgment. Like, you know, not pandemonium, apocalypse, right? Like, and then it's combined with the leap of faith. So it's basically like moving past what has happened and understanding that this is available and using your head to tap into this luck that's available to you, to tap into your chance that you are being given, we are being given as a collective, to really like harness this by believing that it's possible, seeing it as real, making a logical plan, and then like taking action on it. Making sure that you, while there is this energy that like really like kind of the anything is possible energy, understanding that it's the kind of anything is possible that like as you take like rational steps, as you're ambitious, believe in yourself, but also like don't be too delusional about it. Like believe in it, but make sure you take the steps is kind of the idea. Like make sure you actually take advantage of this lucky day, new resources, money, or support coming in. Like see it, breathe, see the end of the tunnel, be like, oh shit, like yes, like things really are like starting over. There really is this new chapter available to me if I take it, if I believe in myself, believe that it's there, and follow through. So, I love that. I love that. I like that this is what, like, that this is the future energy, this King of Michael. I like that indicates that, to me, that indicates success. I think all of this is a really positive reading. Sometimes, again, I don't like to use tarot to project or predict either one, the future. I like to use tarot as a way to connect with what is happening now. And sometimes that involves like seeing where the current energy is going. But it's one of those things where it's like whatever steps you take now greatly influence what happens next. So it's really like I don't know how to say it nicely, but it's kind of, it can be risky to just full out tell people what their future is. You can kind of fuck people up that way. But anyway, so stay in your integrity. I think what I was gonna say originally, getting off on a tangent, I think it's beautiful that this energy of new beginnings is being combined with this stabilizing energy. The King of Michael is a King of Swords in a tarot deck and is very grounded. The Ace of Pentacles, again, is about material, like physical, like 3D things happening that are in your favor. Like, all of this represents positive momentum forward. It represents these new opportunities, being able to see them, being able to notice that they're there, the light at the end of the tunnel, being like, oh shit, like I see how this could work out for me. Like maybe this is actually going to happen. And as soon as you start to let there be a chance for that to weave its way in, you'll start to see the logical steps that you can take. So I think that's really lovely. I think if you are feeling stuck, that it's important to sit with yourself. And I know that's like some bullshit advice that we all get. That can be really difficult to actually implement. I don't know about you, but I could spout off the benefits of mindfulness and meditation for so long. Like I've taken both practical classes on it as well as like academic college courses on the benefits of it. And have had times in my life to have the benefits of it. It is also extremely, extremely hard for me to sit still. And to not just like my mind going everywhere. I think like most of us, we live in a distracted state most of the time, but that's why it's so important. And it is something that I'm really trying to remind myself that like reconnecting with yourself and getting disconnected from like everything that's always happening all the time, all the stimulation, everything, go, 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 go. Finding a way to really just like step back and breathe. That is going to be the place where you can find the potential that is there that you might not be able to see. That quiet space is where this new beginning is possible. Because when you sit with yourself, you start to want to lead a more authentic life. And your desire to connect with yourself and then connect with the world as yourself is extremely powerful. So, sitting with yourself and cultivating belief in yourself and belief that things can be different than how they were. That the idea that the past repeats itself is old energy. That is something that has been true, may be true for you right now, does not have to continue to be true. If you believe it, it will be. If you believe that things can never change, they never will. And that's not to say that believing something will change is always enough. But once you believe it, you give yourself some space. You believe that this luck can come in for you. And you believe, and you start to understand that the way that comes in for you, like it's still like things that happen in the real, like your real physical life that you can then take action on. It's not the woo-woo is also very much here. Like I'm kind of off a little bit on like my focus here. I think I am over explaining this because it is something that I am so personally like at right now. So yeah. We got this. This is a personal energy and a collective energy. Like we are moving and taking like really good steps in the right direction. I'm so proud of all of us. So, before I head out, I am going to pull one more card. I have not picked up this deck in a little while, but it is one of my favorites. So give me a second here. Okay, so this is actually an oracle deck. So this is not a tarot deck, but you use it in a very similar way as you would a tarot deck. Perfect. And this is the Divine Feminine Oracle. And this is such an incredibly beautiful deck. As a, you know, I hate having to make this disclaimer, but I think people don't understand sometimes and can jump in the wrong direction when the terms divine feminine and divine masculine come up. I just want to clarify that we both, all of us, we all, not both, but we all have both feminine and masculine energy in us. This is just a name for certain types of energy, and especially in the modern day, part of what we are doing is blending those two energies together. So please don't take it as like divine feminine is only women and divine masculine is only men, and like everybody else is just like who the fuck knows. Like that's absolutely not what it is. Like we all have a balance of it, and it has nothing to do with our like sex or gender. Anyway, I am about to shuffle the cards and it's going to be a lot louder, so just warning you. So yes, I'm going to pull a card and we will read what it's about. We will see which lovely divine feminine pulls up for us today. Because for me, I have been really getting a lot more in connection with the divine feminine energy in my life, and to say the least. And there's a lot. It's all a lot. Like there's just so much, which is part of why I love this deck. So I don't know if you saw that fly out, but it did. Okay, cool. So we have Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. And her mantra is, I recognize suffering in order to release it. And curiosity breeds compassion. I know that's backwards, but you can at least see. And I'm going to go ahead and read the little booklet because it's so good. Okay. Where are you at? 104. All right. Who she is. Kuan Yin represents the present, that listens deeply to our prayers spoken from the heart. Kuan Yin is an incarnation of the Bodhisattva of compassion, which is Buddhist. She is known as the goddess of mercy, and she is considered to be the most beloved Buddhist deity. Her name translates in Chinese as the one who perceives the cries of the world. She is often compared to the Virgin Mary in Christianity because she intercedes on behalf of those who call out to her with her humility and sincerity. Scholars believe that the Buddhist monk Kumarajiva was the first to refer to the female form of Kuan Yin in his Chinese translation of the Lotus Sutra in 406 CE. She is associated with the number 33 because she appears 33 times in this sacred text. The Lotus Sutra reveals that the mudra most often associated with Kuan Yin is the Yoni mudra. Her cupped hands symbolize the womb to remind us that we all enter this world through the female form. The Buddhist saint Miao Shan is believed to have been an incarnation of Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin was originally worshipped as a male deity, but at some point during the Northern Sung dynasty, Kuan Yin came to be worshipped as a female. Miao Shan is believed to be the cause of this transformation. The legends of Miao Shan contain beautiful accounts of her saving sailors from drowning in rough seas. Kuan Yin is associated with jade because of its protective properties. In this case, it's said to help with going underwater, both literally and figuratively, drowning in the ocean, or in a flood of emotions. When your soul selects her card, Kuan Yin is about the deep medicine that comes simply from being willing to bear witness to someone else's pain. To really listen, we have to move from the ego to the soul so that the story we are listening to doesn't become about us or trigger us. This also applies to the moments when we are listening to the story we tell ourselves about who we are. We are often far harsher and less forgiving to ourselves than we would ever be to someone else. Kuan Yin suggests that we simply listen with curiosity. Curiosity allows us to detach from needing to take the suffering of someone we love personally. Curiosity is a door that leads to compassion. It frees us from feeling as though we have to react to what we hear and explain our part in someone else's suffering. We can just perceive the pain that they are in, or we can finally hear our own cries of despair and not seek to judge or to justify them. We can just be present to what needs to be heard. Kuan Yin is the powerful energy of giving witness to our own or to someone else's suffering. Often, just a calm, abiding presence of compassion is all that is needed to transform that suffering into clear light. The soul voice meditation associated with her is, what pain or suffering can I listen to now with curiosity? Beautiful. I feel that. I hope that has brought some inspiration to you as the last part of the reading, and to remind you that you can and will benefit from holding, loving, curious, and compassionate space for yourself. And that is the way to find your way out of the dark, to find your way out of the pain, and find your way into everything that we've been talking about today. Holding yourself and allowing yourself to be present without trying to fix it, trying to justify it, or trying to judge it is a really, really, really important thing. So start with neutrality. But yeah, I am gonna get off now because I need to eat something today. And like I said, if you are interested, I have posted a couple videos recently and some shorts. So go ahead and check those out if you're interested on YouTube as well as here on Facebook and Instagram. But for now, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night for those who are tuning in. And for those who are watching the replay, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, take care.